Am I framed okay? Yeah? Okay. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, I'm 19, I'm from Canada, and I'm moving to Disney World. Welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm a vlogger now. So for my first video, I was thinking, do I want to do maybe like a Q&A about me? Do I want to do a lightsaber collection? Do I want to show off my ears? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be answering, I guess, frequently asked questions about Disney programs, which will include the DCP, CEP, and the CRP. I personally have experience with the CEP and the CRP, but some of these questions and answers can be applied for the Disney College program, which is why I'm kind of just clumping it as Disney programs. So let's get into the questions. Just a moment to show off my Haunted Mansion phone case. Haunted Mansion is like one of my favorite rides in the parks, and I'm so excited for the movie, which when I am filming this comes out in about a month and a half. So I'm very excited. So the first one, which I get asked honestly a lot, is how did I like the program? Obviously, for everyone, their experience is going to be different. It varies per person, their role, like their location. For me, I loved it. I had the absolute best time on my program. I'm still in contact with a lot of my coworkers and other CEP and DCP friends. I still talk to like my coordinators. Like everyone there was so awesome, and I truly had the best time ever on my program, which is why I'm doing another one, and this time for an entire year. Next question is the application process and what is it like? Usually I would follow the Disney programs page. They have a page when they open up all the applications for the Disney College program and the international programs. So definitely follow them. After you apply, which you're gonna need a cover letter, your resume, and then you're just gonna fill out a bunch of generic questions. And then you automatically move on to step 2, which is like in review. It happens about 20 minutes after. And then yeah, you wait. I'm not particularly speaking from experience about this because when I applied for my cultural exchange program, everything happened between April 9th and April 22nd, from applying, interview, role ranking to getting the acceptance. It all happened super quick, which is obviously not traditional at all. We were just the first group back since COVID, and we had just gotten approved that like visas could work or something. Applications typically open in the fall, like September, October, at least for the cultural exchange program. For the Disney College program and cultural representative program, it really depends, since they are usually taking people, you know, at different times in the year. Just keep an eye on the Disney Careers website to see when they have them open, and kind of just have your resume ready and a cover letter ready, so this way you're ready to go when you apply. I, as an international, did do role ranking, which I'm pretty sure DCP participants are not doing at the moment, but as an international, we do rank our roles. So once you get that email, that means you made it to the next step. Congratulations. The interview is super chill, super relaxed. I had both of mine on Zoom, but for international programs, they are starting to bring back in-person ones unless you're an alumni. And for the Disney College program, I believe it is phone interviews. Next question. Do I live on property or do I commute? I don't necessarily live on property, but I live about 30 seconds away from that gorgeous little Walt Disney World sign, you know, most magical place on earth. I hope that's what that says. But there is buses for programs participants that bring you all across property to all the hotels and resorts, to the parks, the water parks, Disney Springs, all of that, so you don't have to worry about that. Which brings me to my next question, where do you live? There is new program housing called Flamingo Crossings Village. There's an East Campus and a West Campus. That is, you know, literally 30 seconds away from your little gate, your magical gate that says Walt Disney World. So it's super close to property, and they do have like a Walgreens, a Target, and some like food options right nearby. Those buses that I mentioned also take you to Target and a Super Target for your groceries, which is super awesome if you don't have a car. Okay, next question. Do I have to pay extras to be in the program, or does Disney cover it? This is a paid internship. You are getting paid to work there, but you do have to pay your program acceptance fee. For me, I paid about 500 US as my program acceptance, which covers your first week of rent, and it covers like all the program activities, so like welcome events and any other things that they'll be doing during the length of your program. And then as an international, we do have to pay for insurance. So I had to pay for an insurance option. I think last summer I paid 275 US for the 3 months I was there. I also had to pay for a background check, that was about 75 Canadian dollars. Don't know, again, what the deal is with domestic college program students. I can only speak for the internationals on background checks, but we usually have to get a background check, not a fingerprint one. You just go to your local police station and ask them, yo, I need a background check, and they'll give you a piece of paper with where you can do it. You can do it online, super easy. So yeah, that's an extra fee that internationals have. I'm not sure about Disney college programs, so don't take my word if you do or don't need one. What are the jobs? There are tons of roles that any program participants, international program participants can do. I will list them all. I'm gonna list them right over here. Actually, hopefully, there we go. So these are the ones available to all of us. For the CEP and the DCP, you could work any of these jobs anywhere across property, but for the CRP, you are going to be working in your country's pavilion, working one of the roles there. So in Canada, I know we only have merchandise, we have food and beverage, I think there's like hostess, waitress there as well, and attractions. I'll be doing merchandise in the Canada pavilion, but the roles depend on what's available in your pavilion. I would not be able to do recreational activities, for example, as a CRP, but as a CEP or a DCP, you will be able to. Next question, typical hours worked. A lot. I believe in your program acceptance letter, you are guaranteed, I think it was 32 to 40 hours a week, don't quote me on that, but that's approximately how many hours a week you will be working. On my program last summer, I was working attractions. Some weeks I worked, 27 and a half hours a week. And then there were weeks where I worked 39 hours a week. It really depends. I had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday where I worked 33 hours total just in that 3-day span, which was a moment, but it was so fun. I lived. I'm here to tell the tale. Hours usually aren't that bad in terms of how long your shift is. It's just bad in terms of the hours worked. It all depends on your location. Next question is some things to keep in mind. The biggest thing I would say to keep in mind is you are going there to work. Yes, it's a lot of fun that oh my gosh, you're going to work at Disney World and you'll be able to go to the parks every day. A lot of people romanticize it. Like, yes, I'm mildly guilty of that. Everybody thought I was in the parks all the time, but I really wasn't. I just took a lot of pictures whenever I was there on my program at the parks. You're not going to be able to just chill and hang out and whatever. You are there to work. It's work and play. It's all just a matter of making the most of your program. I would work, let's say, a 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. shift, go home, change, then head over to Magic Kingdom. Yes, I was exhausted, but again, you just want to make the most of your program and, the free entry that you get as a cast member, so you definitely want to take advantage of that if you're someone who doesn't visit the parks that frequently. Remember to take care of yourself and don't feel pressured to always go to the parks, even if you're really tired. If you had a long day at work, rest up. If you have a day off, don't feel guilty if you're not going to the parks. You will find time to go to the parks, I promise. Just remember that you are going there to work. That's the biggest thing I could say. Last question. How did I find this opportunity? I went in February 2020, about 3 weeks before the parks closed. I went with my 2 sisters to Disney World for a week. So when I was with my sisters, it was like, I wonder if you can work here if you're in college. And we found a little bit of stuff, but I wasn't too, intrigued in it. I was kind of just like, yes, Disney, I'm here, enjoy it. COVID hit and lockdown happened and everything kind of changed for me. I got super duper hyper fixated on the Disney college program. I started deep diving on YouTube and learning all about the Disney college program. As a Canadian, I was like, oh no, I need to go to an American school to do this. I found out that you can do it as an international. There are programs for international students and people that want to work at Disney. And I was like, I want to do this. And so I kind of just kept tabs on applications. In terms of finding it, I just followed a lot of Disney influencers. But when I say Disney influencers, I mean like the college program ones and a couple of, international ones. I found friends through social media that told me about the CRP because I only knew about the CEP. So I kind of just kept my following and my feed very centered around Disney programs. I know a lot of my international friends found out about the program when they were kids and they saw cast members and it said Canada and they're like, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? And then, you know, magic was made. Here we are, I don't know how many years later, and we're the next generation of Canadian cast members, which is so cool. I still can't believe I was a cast member, and I am gonna be a cast member again in September. It's so crazy. Those are all the questions I have for today. Thank you to everybody who asked me questions and, you know, answered to my Instagram story. Very much appreciated because you helped me make this YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with any international cast member content. And if you have any questions, you can follow any of my social medias and I will be more than happy to check my DMs, reply to comments, and answer all of your questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Hang on, I want to take a selfie like this for my Instagram story. Is this working? Okay, that's good enough.